Let's go! Welcome back, G's. All right. What's happening, fam? Welcome back. Fantastic stuff. Hope you guys are doing well. Back to 4-day streaming, 4 days a week. Okay, so today, tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. Get ready, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. Looking forward to host you as always here. My name is Lorenzo, if you don't know me. Some live trading, huh? Some in and out. Some sniper entries. That's what we're doing here on stream. Trading LTA concepts. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys have been working, self-studying, putting in the work, putting in the effort to become a better version of yourself. Like myself. Okay. Let me see what we have in the building with us today. Let me quickly have a quick sneak peek right now. Let's see what we have. There we go. There we go. We see Dominic Mula Trades. We interested in taking this potential EM3 on gold. Entry model 3 on gold. Let's see it, my G. Mula. Okay. Let's talk about it in a second here. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Mohammed says G is here. ABT trading. Good to see you, my fam. Grant Sarmat. Snowfall. Mr. Snowfall. Yeah. Good to see you, my man. My man Euros killing it as well. Yeah, the fam is back as always, man. Nothing to say, nothing special here. The fam is back. We're killing it. We're slowly taking over, slowly and steadily. I mean, this is just what we need to do. We need to just continue our process day in, day out. And, you know, 4 streams a week are going to make a massive difference, to be honest. It's more trades, more education, more explanation, and more proof every single week. So, can't wait for that shit. Right there. All right, Banjo, my man, good to see you as well. Nice. Hi, Lorenzo. We have the perfect LTA entry model 1 in the 30-minute today on gold. Everything went wrong on the previous daily value area low. Could you explain? I will explain exactly why this went wrong here. Let me first put on a new tune. And then you will avoid taking these type of setups, okay? Let me explain. Quickly, give me one moment. There we go. Yeah. There we go. No, that's a bit crazy. Trading playlist. There we go. That's the one I need to have. Okay, fantastic. All right, beautiful. So, what went wrong here, my friend? Let me help you out right away. And let's do our analysis then for gold as well. We have the 4-hour closure coming along very, very soon already. So the 4-hour closure is going to be our game changer. All right. So what happened here with the previous daily value area low? Well, you see that price indeed, like you said, tapped into it multiple times. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 hours trading above it here. However, the entry model, like you were talking about when it presented itself, was around 7, all right? 637. That's right in the middle between the London and between New York. So you're right in the center, all right? That's why there might be a lack of volume. And when there is a lack of volume and you're looking for your entry model specifically here, there is sometimes no follow through, right? And that's what you've seen. You saw it consolidating, most likely when you were in position. You were not stopped out right away. It took a pretty long time before you actually got stopped out. That is just because price was consolidating way too long at that current level. There was not enough volume here. That's why it's important. And when you look at your entry models, that you particularly focus on the sessions themselves as well. We're talking New York, we're talking London, preferably New York when it comes down to gold. We have seen that before. However, London can sometimes be nice, but it's all seasonal, okay? So it has to do with the timing of the market as well. And I see guys entering on random days, random times, not particularly following the sessions here and trading outside of these sessions when the volume tends to die down, it's just building that liquidity potentially for, a move down here. Even on the New York streams, we're not going to be always right. Okay, we have now a win rate of roughly, 80%, something like that. And since we actually launched the ebook, since we launched the ebook, we haven't lost here, by the way, so far yet. But a loss is going to come at some point, okay? This is unavoidable. So we just have to be aware of the fact that this is all part of the game. Trade or try to avoid, especially when you're learning a new strategy, outside of these particular sessions. Okay. Jonathan, my man, hope you're doing well. My friend Johnny, killing it with the indices. I've seen you, bro. I've seen you putting in your setups. By the way, yesterday, congratulations. Hope you guys took the trade here for our private group. Right, we shared the the setups as well. We created a video explaining you guys, giving you the update here. Eventually, we saw pretty decent entry model 3 retest continuation trade. And eventually, indeed, we started to push up quite aggressively. Here, we already had taken out a tremendous amount of profits, of course. But it ended up being pretty nice trade here. Not full TP, but overall, taking out some profits here. Securing yourself on break even and trailing your stop loss up was really good yesterday. So yesterday was actually really good with gold. All right, it showed a lot of potential around the previous weekly value area high. We had that consolidation and a manipulation and expansion out of that exact level. That the retest was our entry, and that entry continuation was our trade. So yeah, man, everyone who took it in our VIP, congrats. Was a good one for Monday, especially. Really, really nice. And keep it up, man. The amount of messages I've received lately, it's just unbelievable. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. Do you think we'll break out through that level of support for gold? Let's talk about gold here. And the most important thing is what matters now. You guys know it already. I don't even have to teach you guys anything anymore. For now, okay. You tell me. You tell me what to do here. I want to see it in the chat. Give me some suggestions here. And then I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think. I have something in my mind, of course. Let's cover that in a second here. Okay. Let me see if the plan, if the G's in the chat know what we're looking for. There we go. At what position we'll place the trade? We'll talk about it. Come down to Sunday open, previous weekly POC, and then long. Sell on POC. All right. Buy, keep, stop loss 306, target 320, the previous weekly value high. There we go. Piyush, you nailed it, my friend. Okay. Yeah, waiting for the 4-hour closure. And the reason why is because the 4-hour is still not closed yet. And we are currently at a very important key level. Okay, we call this the previous daily value area low. Super important level to take in consideration here. We have been now, rejecting from it. So we had held support for around 4 hours straight. At this particular moment, we are now trading below it. However, that does not mean, okay, that the entry model, that the 4-hour closure is gonna also be below this, okay? What tends to happen is that people now are looking at shorts. Why? Because they're seeing this gap here, right? They, have the Sunday open and the previous QPC as a nice target. And I do agree with you. It is a really clean area, right? It's a 100 pip move here. However, what could happen, I'm not saying that this will happen. What could happen is that the 4-hour suddenly gets bought up, the volume starts to kick in, and we still close above the previous daily value area low. If that happens, we have 2 4-hour closures above that key level. Then the third entry model, right, is a potential trade setup to the upside as well, especially if you close above that key level here, which is sitting at right now 23.13. Okay. Now you would say now it's not possible, but if you go to the lower time frame, this is exactly what happened yesterday. Okay, this is how we took our trade yesterday. We managed to calm down, break the lows and then break the highs. So that's an entry model 3 right here. We ended on that retest and we had the trade set up right now. Now you're kind of seeing the same thing happening where you are consolidating for a long period of time. Early buyers got stopped out right now. price comes in, buyers are stopped out, price pulls back into the range, and if that happens and we close above it, yeah, then hey, we might setting up for entry model 3 or entry model 1, depending on the 4-hour candle, to the upside still. If the 4-hour closes below it, yeah, I think it's going to be really hard for them to drive price further up. I think then, based upon the creation of the wick of the 4-hour, I think we're just going to go back further, testing the 2301, which is initially where we started and came from here on a Monday, right? This was the opening price of the week and the previous weekly POC as well. So it's two very important key levels aligning. What is the POC for the new people? The POC is the area where the most volume has been traded on which exact price level. So in this case, you can see that the price level aligned fantastically with the opening price of the week. And if you pull back to that level, you bet, we're gonna have some support there as well. But getting there is still a 100 pip move from now. So by default, if we see a 4-hour closure below here, then I do believe that, you know, looking for further continuations down towards the opening price of the week and the point of control might seem like the best trading opportunity. But based upon the lower time frame right now, you can see that if the 4-hour closes above here, that entry model 3 is also presenting itself to the upside here. So it really depends on this 4-hour candle closure, which is in 30 minutes, and that will determine our bias, and then it will give us the opportunity. What do I hope to see? Well, to be honest, I hope to see price pulling back down. I hope to short it because I'm, you know, really comfortable with looking at that gap, that continuation, 100 pips. I think the risk management and the risk to reward from our trade setup is also better when we're shorting it right here. But the closures is in this case what matters tremendously, man. We have been looking at it already. And how many times have we been seeing this, that the last 10 minutes of the 4-hour candle closure, price suddenly increases by volume. Volume increases, price increases, and we flip even bullish. We have seen it many times before. So, you know, trying to enter now, force a position into a 4-hour candle closure is, in my opinion, very risky. And therefore, I think waiting for that closure is where the magic will happen for today. All right. In the meantime, thank you for the support. We just started the stream. We got 400 likes. That's unbelievable, fam. Like, what can I say? Smash up the like button. Hello Enzo, bro, warm wishes. Thank you for posting my Instagram story on your feed about the entry model. Shout out to LTA. Yeah, Praveen, thank you, man. I heard you're working on an EA or something like that, right? So yeah, let me know how it goes, man. Let me know how it goes. That's solid. That's solid. Let's see. Okay, please explain a little bit more on yesterday's trade with the premium group you took. So yeah, yesterday, so number one, we have our indicator right here, right? The Limitless LTA Concepts indicator, it's free. You can get it in our Discord right here. You go to the indicator section, okay? There are two indicators that you need here. Number one is the Limitless LTA session breaks. We're gonna use this for our volume analysis. And then the second one is a also free indicator, the Limitless LTA Concepts higher time frame candles. Now, you need that in order to determine each day. You can also do it manually. It just is too much headache, okay? You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna start looking at the time every single time here, and you're just gonna, waste a lot of time and effort, trying to understand what each trading day did. So when looking at yesterday, okay, the first thing that I look at, let's just kick it off and let's pull it back later on. The first thing that I look at here is the following, okay? I look at this particular subject right here. We have by default, and let's start out with the Sunday open. We're still waiting for the 4-hour closure now anyways. So opening price the week was at 2302, right? Same thing for the POC here, happened as well here. So first thing that happened, and this is always a good sign, okay? And we're gonna use this indicator right here. We call this the higher time frame multi-candle overlay. There we go. This is the weekly candle right here, next to it. So what happened? New weekly candle opened. It's set in the bottom wick, all right? The bottom wick is set right there at this particular moment. So if you create an open bearish and you flip it, now you have a weekly candle flip here. A bullish candle flip on the weekly right there, okay? Beautiful triple wick, right? Week 1, week 2, week 3, triple wick confirmation, holding above the opening price. Now, based upon the previous week, we utilized the volume profile to understand what kind of orders were executed, exactly what our key levels are. And we always highlight a couple of levels, including the previous weekly value area high right here, okay? This is sitting around this particular zone, 23.21. Now we push price up, 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 up. Eventually we tapped into that level, right? That key level, reacted from it. Eventually, initially started to come down, but eventually just kept, coming up here. You saw that there is a clear rejection here. Of course, makes sense, right? The high in combination with the previous weekly value area high. And then eventually, boom, what happened was we broke above it. And this is interesting because now you have been consolidating below it. You swiped the lows, okay? So the lows were taken out here. You flip bullish and you flip the previous weekly value area high into support. So that retest was, of course, our entry right here, stop loss below, and we targeted the previous Sunday open a little bit higher. Now what happened was eventually we came up. Now the moment we took that, we took out our TP point here. When that wick was filled, that was our TP point. Stop loss went to break even. Yeah, actually we trailed our stop a little bit at the beginning. Stop loss went to break even right here. A total move of around 87 pips, and then from there break even. So TP1 break even, stop loss on break even eventually. That's what we're seeing here. After that, okay, price, continue to just drive down during Asia and London. All right, super important. Now our opening price of the week is still the same old level, which is a super important level because it's a combination of the opening price and the previous weekly POC right here. And previous daily, all right, because now we have a full trading day, is right here. So now we have the volume profile of a trading day as well. And if you see here, and you look at this right now, at this particular moment, you have the previous daily value area low, and look what's happening here. The same thing as what we've seen yesterday. We consolidated, this time above it though, okay? We swiped the lows, early buyers got stopped out. And if price now breaks the mover in the up, significant high that put in the low, and the 4-hour closure is bullish, then I think we're gonna drive price further up again. And I think our next target is gonna be the previous daily POC, and of course again, the previous weekly value area high, because we reacted from it yesterday. So these then are also your TP points in combination with the 2321. And then by that moment you have a 2-to-1, I think. Something like a 2-to-1. Trade setup. Ready for today's session if we manage to close above it here. So don't feel forced to take entries now. Wait for that 4-hour closure, and it gives you all the information you need here to look for further continuation. But again, the previous daily levels do not lie, right? They're extremely accurate. And you can just wait for the response and continue its journey. I'm telling it to the community all the time. We're not here to predict. We're here to anticipate on what we see. And what we're currently seeing is that the previous daily value area low has been a significant key level. We have been closing many hours above it, around it. And this is now where the battle takes place. So based upon that closure, the 4-hour particularly, if it closes above, we have a 4-hour window of trading opportunities from there. Super nice, super clean, okay? If you want to trade with us, make sure you have the ebook. However, unfortunately, the website is offline. I don't know what's going on here. We're trying to solve it. This should be done hopefully today in a couple hours. And if not, then it should be back tomorrow. All right. So no ebook for you guys today if you don't have it yet. But pay very close attention to it tomorrow because it's, it's gold right there. All your setups, your playbook and everything. But my goal is to guide you through today. Right? Let's make it happen. Nice. GU. Same thing, by the way. For the people that are interested in trading GU. Long opportunity right now. Very nice. Very interesting. Two beautiful wick confirmations here, double wick confirmation into the previous weekly POC, and a re-break above, like we talked about here, the opening price of the week. Okay, so therefore, really nice, really clean. If you continue to drive further up here, that's exactly what you want to see. We call this the tunnel. We don't take trades inside of the tunnel, we take trades outside of the tunnel, utilizing these levels here, putting your stop loss below it, and then target, of course, the highs here. I think the dollar is looking weaker. Dollar is slowing down. Yeah, dollar is definitely looking weaker right now. So that's a good start, a good sign. Very, very interesting. So yeah, man. Trap city for a lot of traders. And that's why these closures are so important. Obviously, this is entry model 3, right? So if you start breaking and closing above it after that 4-hour closure, we have something very similar to our trade that we had a week ago, I believe. Was it a week ago? No, it was 2 weeks ago. Very similar. Very similar. Yeah, very, very similar. Something like that. However, we want to see volume, number one. And secondary, if the 4-hour closes here, which is looking very good. Look at the 2-hour, for example. Look at how we are, constantly getting bought up from this key level here. Swiping the lows is even a better statement. Okay, very good. Then I think that we can find our entry sooner than later after that closure. Of course, what we don't want is that the 4-hour closes right here. And that, we're suddenly starting to make a massive move before the 4 hours closed here. So that's something that we do not want to see for now, because we will miss out on our entry. Because that's the rule. We want to wait for that 4-hour closure. Now, in regards to the entry model, yeah, even if you would close this one right here below the 2316, 2317, yeah, and we come down first, right? We create a bottom wick. I'm buying. Yeah, I'm definitely buying here. But yeah, listen, anything can happen in 20 minutes. We have seen that before. Why don't you consider value previous week value high? Yeah, I do. Let me clarify this one more time here. Let me set this in, because that should be acting as a TP point as well. Indeed, if that's the case. There we go. Nice, clean. Okay. We're gonna find out in a split of a second here what's gonna happen here. Let's pray that the 4-hour close is in our range. That's what we want to see. If that makes sense, type in gold. Type in gold if this aligns here with what you have been learning already. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, GU is doing it. Okay. Very nice. This is to the VIP here. All right. In this case, we're on stream as well, but it's fine. But this was actually for our VIP as well here. GU, 3-hour time frame, key levels, double wick confirmation, the previous weekly POC, 3-hour candle close very soon. That means that the third candle would be the potential entry candle around the pre-New York open, 8:30 a.m. If the third candle flips bullish, we could break the Sunday open and move out of the tunnel. Looking good so far. Okay, manage your trade accordingly, fam, and you should be good here. Okay, if you are in our VIP, make sure you smash up a like here, add some emojis, share some love. It's all I'm asking for you. Beautiful. Do you have a signal service? No, I do not have a signal. I'm not a signal provider. Well, kind of on stream, but it's an extra layer in our private group. Yeah, but I do not have a signal subscription model or something like that. We'll make a bunch of money from it though, but I don't know, man. I feel that it's the learning. I want to see people learning, you know, learning and earning, mainly learning and then earning. You get rewarded for your activity trying to learn. That's how it should be. How to join the VIP? VIP is closed. We are closed. Live streams, ebook. For now. Let me set my camera here a little bit better. There we go. I'm always out of the screen there. Yeah. Lorenzo, when is your next boxing fight? Yeah, it's not an official fight, but it's the 11th of June. The 11th of June. So that's in 5 weeks, 6 weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 weeks. That's in exactly 5 weeks from now, by the way. Okay. Now this is, that's what I mean, right? This is what happens all the time. And this is why we should be extremely careful with trading outside of sessions, especially gold. Because it looks like a fantastic entry model beforehand, and then it's like, there is no volume, there is no follow through, there is no price movement, yet you are at your key level, and the entry model presents itself. So you enter, and then price does this. It stops you out, and it still gets there. It still flips bullish. We're trying to avoid that, okay? But the fact that we see now that they took out the lows, if we manage to break above the highs, hey man, that's bullish to me, man. That looks quite strong to me. Now, when it comes down to entering executions and move to the upside here, hopefully we don't close too far above in the next 15 minutes. So yeah, pretty clean though. GU as well. GJ, yeah, GJ is recovering. Yeah, I see GJ coming down still. One more time. I would not be surprised. Live stream of your fight? That would be so sick. However, you have to understand I live in Bali. And it's probably going to be somewhat early afternoon. If I'm correct. So, yeah, it's going to be too early for you guys. I don't see you guys waking up at 7 a.m. if you're from Europe. I think you need to buy. We cannot. Unfortunately, even though it looks really good, the 4-hour closure is has to be on our side here. It has to be on our side. This is looking fantastic, to be honest, though. Do take that in consideration. If you see the double wick confirmation on 4-hour, you create a strong liquidation here. You then close still bullish. And the next candle comes down and it creates a bottom wick and it flips. Yeah, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. But again, that next candle is what we're waiting for. Yeah. Because you have to understand that, yes, it is bullish. But when a new 4-hour candle opens up, and if their idea and their goal is to drive price further up, then they're usually going to set in at least some sort of wick on the 4-hour first. So that's what we want to see. That 4-hour wick potential entry here. But yeah. We have until, let's say, the 2315.7 to close still bullish. There we go. Or at least closing green, right? Closing the candle higher than the open. For our open, yeah. Yeah. Okay. 12 minutes, fam. Yeah, so 4 streams a week. If we can take over with 3 streams a week, then with 4 streams a week, we will, you know, put on some more pressure, some more pressure here. To be honest, I'm really enjoying the streams. I'm really liking it because it's you know, we have our own thing now, our own strategy here. Everyone is winning and learning. Most importantly, learning. That's a better question, better statement. Everyone is learning simultaneously here. We have now a common goal, and that's just the perfect foundation. So, yeah, man, that streaming has been really fun. Has been worth the grind. Yeah, look at that. That's the 4-hour for you right there, okay? That's what I mean with the 4-hour candle. The FOMO kicks in, the 4-hour candle comes down again, right? The last 10 minutes are gonna be vital, crucial, very important. There were many scenarios where price just shoot, you know, go straight to the moon there, and you're like, ah, shit. But there are also scenarios where price comes down the last 10 minutes, and you're like, thank God, yes, I'm very happy that I didn't take that trade right there. So listen, it's all about, you know, having an understanding of your rules, not entering randomly without any thought process, just based upon feeling and what you're seeing there. In this case, from my experience, the 4-hour candle is so important here. That's why I stream at 8. That's exactly the reason why, because it gives me enough time to show you what I'm looking at. It gives me enough time to see how price develops, and it gives us enough of a gap. We don't have to wait that long for the 4-hour candle to be opened here. Because if I would stream in 1 hour earlier, then we would have potentially, we are in the middle of a 4-hour candle closure. And then, you know, we would waste 50% of our stream potentially trying to, you know, with that 4-hour in play here. In this case, the 4-hour will be closed. And now we have a 3-hour window of, you know, nothing, you know, to worry about anymore. The 4-hour has closed, you know, in the way we would like to see it. And then based upon that, the next hours is just the hourly 30-minute, 50-minute development volume, and so on here. So that's the reason why we stream at 8. It's the understanding of the 4-hour closure in this case. Sometimes we take trades before that, but it happens rare. There are some instances where we do though. but it's pretty rare. It usually is built around news. If there is news, we take a news trade before, something like that. What's your buy order? Well, if you close here, this 4-hour candle above, or like this, this will be perfect. Around here will be absolutely perfect. The next 4-hour gets created. If you flip it, then I think we have a pretty decent entry at the 23.17. What are they targeting? Then the target will of course be the highs here, right? We have been coming down and we have been holding below the previously very high for a long period of time. I think most of that liquidity is sitting between the 22.21 and the 22.25. So that's the target, of course. Trying to push price up, taking out the sellers here in this case as well. When price pushes up, it's gonna be a slow trade. I think it's gonna be a slower trade. I think what's gonna happen if we are in our position, that price comes up, it taps into this range, it's holding us resistance for a while. We have seen this many times before. It builds up more shorters, more short interest, and then it goes. So when we enter, give it some time, give it some breathing room. Yeah, I think we're going to see something similar here, but we're going to find out. Bro, when I don't see the price going in my direction, I put my stop loss and TP, and after that price goes in my direction, and I could have made more. Yeah, so Liberator, what I think is very good that you're doing this. It's not a bad thing that you're very tight with your stop loss. Sometimes it's a good thing. So I don't want to tell you that it's really bad to be very tight with your risk management. However, if you do not have the information, and especially the data, then build the data. Because then you know exactly how many times this trade setup played out and how many times it didn't play out. So if for that reason you have to risk less to build up the data, take a little hit if you want to just accumulate more information. And then with that information, you now have, let's say, taken 50 trades, and you now know, okay, from these 50 trades that I took, that I let run around the same time, different entry models, whatever the case may be, same playbook, then you have a nice foundation to work with. Because I think if you work with that information, you're much more comfortable and much more confident when you start moving your stop loss later on. And then you're not moving your stop loss out of fear anymore. You're moving your stop loss because you have a valid reason for it. So testing out is key here. And I think that you need to determine what your strategy is, your playbook is, get the information, right? Just create a spreadsheet like this, write it down, and the bigger this gets, the more comfortable you're gonna get as well. The more confident you're gonna build. And based upon that, you can start being a little bit more precise with your management. I don't understand the GU setup. The 3-hour cannot close below the Sunday open. Don't you always say the closure is important? So the entry, this is a tunnel. We call this the tunnel, where 2 key levels are met. Super important levels, by the way. The previous weekly POC gave you that beautiful bounce. Now, with that combination, you have a and a level above the opening price of the week here. Now the 3 hour though, okay? And that's what you want to see. A double wick confirmation, the third candle breaking the wick. This could, you know, be causing an expansion to the upside here. So it's not a necessity that you always close above. However, the fact that you closed above the POC is already a good sign. And the fact that you created a bottom wick and you drive price further up, breaking the double wick here, which is the second candle, then there might be a continuation process here. So far, so good. Brother, we completed about the LTA concepts and we decided to back the EA for a minimum of 100 trades. Once we have done, kindly take a look at the EA. Sure, bro. I'll take a look at the EA for you. 100%. Yeah, so 10-year youth, we are heading to a closure. Weak. Yes. Weak. Not wick, weak. All right. It's again the Dutch accent. Not buy. Anyways, I'm working on it. Breakdown, yeah. So good for gold, man. Okay, 1 minute. Pretty decent. Okay, you wanna really with a small body like that on the 4 hour. You wanna really create a nice bottom wick here. If you create a nice bottom wick here, beautiful. Yeah, and that's just nice. That's clean. Does the weak bottom wick tell us that the selling is weak? Which one particularly you're talking about? Okay, 4 hour candle closure. Let's go. Give us a bottom wick and flip bullish. Give us like a nice wick, like, you know, whatever. Just give me something bigger than this. Something like that. So this is the top. It's the 2317. 2317.47, which is of course this high here. If we come down a little bit more, we set in a nice 4-hour bottom wick and we flip it, then this is my my buy stop. I think somewhat around 2317.5. I'm looking for further continuation to the upside here. It's not bad. It's pretty decent. So this is that layer. Yeah, so entry model 3. But in this case, it's actually it's also the 4-hour flip. Putting my stop below the wick here is very aggressive. It is possible, but it's very aggressive. I think that if we, put our stop loss below the previous wick here, I think we have much more of a room here. A breathing room here if we look for continuation down, not in the wick and below the wick, but like 2311, something like that here, something like this, and then targeting price here. Yeah. Oh. Is it now just going? Okay, pending order then. Pending order. Still fine. So any of these key levels are TP points. Previous weekly value high and previous daily POC. And stops can be, it can be below here. Can be a little bit tighter. I hope it's not gonna go now. But like I said before, what I think is gonna happen is that this will cause some friction. So sellers are gonna enter here, of course, right? People see this. And then what happens here is that they're seeing this and they're gonna go short from this high, this local high. We already know that there's a bunch of liquidity above here. Like, that's no surprise to me. So I think sellers are gonna get in here. So I think being patient is fine. Entering in our limit is fine. I don't think we really have to worry. And I think that we will have enough time to let it rest, let it settle. And yeah, get into our position here, building up more of that liquidity, and then boom. That's the game plan, all right? One more time. It's an entry model 3. It's that consolidation, manipulation, expansion. The 4-hour candle closure and candle flip. Breaking the wick of the previous 4-hour candle. And the reaction, of course, from the previous daily value area low, which is a very important key level. Super clean in regards to entry model, I believe so. I think it's pretty straightforward entry model, exactly according our rules here. So that's a 2317.64. Stop loss 2311.58. Risk 2%. Okay. Some people are already in. I've set my buy limit now. Why do you prefer putting orders in MT5 rather than directly in TradingView? I think I'm gonna switch soon, man. Yeah. I think I'm gonna switch. The reason why I'm doing it is for the people here trading a lot of Metatrader, but ever since Metatrader got banned practically from the US as well. Yeah, I like TradingView a lot. Vantage is now allowed on TradingView apparently, so. But the thing with Vantage is, even on Vantage, you have to go to their own, to their own TradingView broker TradingView chart, right? Yeah. So to be honest, the entry in this case right now is exactly the same as yesterday. Identical. So look at that. Look at that. Very similar. Okay. And we also entered on the retest here. So, yeah. Yeah, Lorenzo, can I build you a better journal? I like it very simple, bro. I like simplicity, bro. I'm a simple man. I like to have it just very straightforward, very simple. For me, that's all I need here. I do not want to waste too much time with my setups or with my journal. Sorry, my spreadsheet. If you can make something that's simple, let's talk. Let's talk. Have you entered? No. No, the moment I wanted to enter, price already shoot up super aggressively. And I was a little bit too late. Because I was still explaining the stop loss. My bad. However, like I said before, a retest entry is still valid. If you come back here. But yeah, no surprise, to be honest, that this is happening right now. I like, this is not really a surprise. That's why it's so important, again, to wait for that 4 hour. Right? That 4 hour candle closure. Because you can just see that the 4 hour is the driver here. It was consolidating for way too long now. In the moment, 4 hour candle closed and the new one was developed and it flipped here. That's when the volume came in. Yeah, super clean. Now my limit order is still there. If you do not break this high, so I want to specifically talk, I'm specifically talking about this range right now. So it's actually super important that we do not break this high here. Because if you break it, then yeah, then my target, my liquidity there, the liquidity I was targeting, you could better say, is then potentially already taken out. If shorters will enter here and price comes down, it's over. Because then they're building more liquidity and then price pushes down and we might have that retest entry, boom, continuation here. But I'm not surprised that this is happening. Hey bro, can you give me access to LTA wins? Can post my wins in there. I think you have access to the wins. Are you a member, a VIP member? Are you a VIP member? Let me know. Okay, then you have the LTA wins as well. There are two different sections. You will find it. Yeah, I need to be a little bit sharper, man. With my explanation was super sharp, but I was still working on the stop loss. It shoot through here. That's part of being a streamer. However, it is as clean as it gets right now. All right, so if you entered there and you broke here, then that's your TP point right now. That's your TP point right now. I still have my buy limit open because I still believe in that continuation if you do not break the highs here. My buy limit will be invalidated if we break this level. 23.22. Make me happy. Who is in the trade? Oh, a lot of you guys. Wow. Okay. Okay, for the others, patience here. But yo, hey, entry model 3, my G's. Previous daily value very low, 4-hour closure, flip, session open. Important. The session open here. Consolidation, manipulation, expansion, key level. Yeah, it's a beautiful combination. 10-year yield weak. What else do we want? What else do you want here? Whew. Okay. Oh my God. Yo, hey. That would have been so sick. Coming back to the streams here. Taking over. Boom. Getting out right here. Boom. Okay, winning trade, guys. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Ah, that would be so sick. However, the most important thing here is that for the people that entered, type in a yes if you understand, if you understood the, in general, type in a yes if you understood this entry model. Because we've been working now with it for a long time already. Type in yes if you understand this entry model. Because you understand how powerful it is. Okay. Yeah. Good. For the people that don't understand these entry models here, unfortunately, I cannot let you download the ebook right now because the website is offline for some reason. Maybe it's online. No, it's offline. I think we got too many viewers. I'm not joking. I think the server got overloaded because we almost reached the 10,000 downloads. Or we did reach the 10,000 downloads. Maybe I had to upgrade my server. Anyways, tomorrow the website will be back online. Download the ebook and then look at these type of entry models right here. In this case, it was entry model number 3, specifically right there. Okay. Page 53 here. Based upon a key level and of course combine that with the 4-hour closure. That's why 9 a.m. is such a good time to trade. Such a good time to trade because you have the 4-hour closure, you have volume, and if you see these type of patterns and you bounce from a level that's volume related, it's over. It's done. Done deal. Okay? Yeah, that's 60. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's see what the dollar is doing as well. Quickly. Okay. Even GU is pushing up. Not as fancy, but it's still pushing up. So that's good. Okay. The 3-hour is breaking. Let me quickly put this in the VIP real quick. Entry model 1. Yeah. There we go. Cool. And 2,447 viewers and only 795 likes. Press the like button right now. That would be absolutely amazing. However, 800 likes is pretty wild, to be honest, in 1 hour. Okay? That's actually ridiculous. So, yeah. More. More. Should I lead order? Yeah. We're gonna look for a next setup. Another setup here. All right, let's price develop a little bit. For me personally, now the 2130 is where the New York Stock Exchange opens up here. The 9:30 open of the New York Stock Exchange. When we pull back, we can give it a go here. But again, liquidity taken out. That was our target here. When you enter an entry model, now I forgot to actually mention this here. When you look at an entry model, specifically, you should always have a target in mind. And not just a target, oh, I'm gonna just enter from the previous daily value area low, entry model 1 or 3, and I'm gonna target the previous weekly value area high. That's not what I mean with target. What I mean with target is that plus the understanding of where you think buyers and sellers potentially have their liquidity set, where stop orders, like stop losses and stop orders are potentially placed. So you want to understand where, you know, potentially you can find it. Now in this case here, I think this was a great sell, but I do believe that the moment we started to drive down, and you have to understand that from this move here, we came down around 100 pips, that it initiated, or the initial move down initiated from this candle, stop losses were above it. That was the target. So that's where it initially came from. Okay. So what would have been your management? Obviously your TP 1 point and your stop loss on break even. And let price develop right now. And then once, yeah, the New York Stock Exchange opens up, we will see with gold what the next step is. Okay, GU is continuing its momentum, and the Nasdaq is reaching two very critical levels of resistance. Okay, the 18,125. And the 18,164. So that's another tunnel, which we talked about here, where we're heading towards here. So a couple other things today. Is your entry level invalidated? The buy limit now, the entry now is invalidated because of the fact that we have taken out the stop losses already above here. So for the people that entered on the break, you could have taken profit. You can put your stop loss below, but you should not have a losing position here. If you manage your trade in a loss here when you come down, then something is not right with your risk management. You either want to have taken profits and put your stop loss on break even, or you want to put your stop loss below it and take profits there. So you're still breaking even with the opportunity of bouncing, looking for continuation. So the only thing that we can do now on the lower time frame is to let price develop and see how we respond around the 2317 and manually see what we can do there. No buy limit, no. I explain it now 4 or 5 times here. I will do it one more time. When these highs were taken out, most of the stop losses were triggered here. Maybe that was the reason for them to push price up and therefore drive price down. So be careful with the buy limit now. Like I said before, if we manage to come down here and we were unable to break the high, then I would have for sure, I would have taken that position here, keeping the buy limit, trigger into our entry, and targeting the highs. Yeah, very good, Ben. Very nice. Mula, my G, if you... okay, gold. Okay, thank you for sharing. Never mind. Perfect. Yeah, great. Yeah, okay, perfect. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. I would have targeted the previous daily POC, to be honest, and I would have set my TP point at the previous weekly value area high. But if this aligns with your strategy and you aim for a one-to-one, then this is still fine. Then this was still a great trade. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these entry models are powerful, man. Entry model 3 in this case is doing really well. Entry model 1 is still my favorite because it has a higher risk to reward. But entry model 3 has not been disappointing me either. Yeah. That's good. It's good. New York Stock Exchange opens up very, very soon. How can I enjoy your VIP? We're not open right now. Nothing to sell you right now. Maybe later. Let's come on the live streams. We're gonna stream 4 days a week, so I'm super excited about it. 3 days was, it was nice, but it was not enough for me. I felt I was missing out. So yeah, 4 days streaming, ebook, nice processes, love it. GabeTube says, can I delete the buy limit or the game plan has to continue? If you put in a lot of effort in listening rather than typing and sending out 20 messages in the chat, then you would have already had your answer now. 4 times. Lorenzo, I don't know, but I've noticed that the different entry models work well during New York. Yeah, why? Because of the volume. And outside of the volume, outside of the sessions, you have to be a little bit cautious because you might be building more liquidity. Okay, you might be building more of that liquidity right here in order to move along here. Okay, so we have the open now. We're back at that exact zone. Potential re-entry. Let me observe real quick. How much was this? This was 65. Yeah, we're reaching a daily zone now. For the 10-year yield here, okay. Now, I think they swiped the highs here and now we're pushing down here. That's what I think is gonna happen. They swiped the highs, they tapped into the previous weekly value area high. Also, don't neglect that right here. If they didn't swipe the highs, Buy limit for sure. They swiped the highs and now we're getting rejected from the previous week very high. I think we're gonna come down here. I think we're gonna make a move to the downside. Entry models are not there yet. So we have to sit it out a little bit. What's the Nasdaq doing? Yo, NAS. NAS is there. NAS is there. Okay. NAS is in that key level at 18,125 here. This is also an entry model 3. If you start breaking the lows here. Key level. Consolidation manipulation. Early previous weekly POC. Reversal. You target the Sunday open. Unless Nasdaq goes to the moon. Of course. Yeah, Nasdaq is looking good, man. If we start flipping here. It's exactly what you want to see. Yeah. Kareem says I lost 700, I'm done. What did you do, my friend? You sold? You sold here? Or what? Next time, bro. You will get it, for sure. Okay. Yeah, NAS looks great. Gold right now needs to develop a little bit. Lorenzo G, my previous week is very high, it's at 23.19. That's really low. Are you looking at the 30 minutes, 1 hour? Is that what you're looking at? How do I get the ebook? Ebook is currently, the website is offline. Otherwise you would have got it right here. So tomorrow it will be back. So if you come to the live stream tomorrow, then it will be solved. You will have access to it. Oh man, beautiful fam. GU, beautiful. Any people from our VIP watching? Oh, damn. Whoa. Whoa, shit. Okay. Relax. Yes, watching. I'm in the GU trade already. Nice, G. Yeah. Beautiful entry, man. Very good. Very good. Yeah, sick. Okay, so yeah. I'm gonna set an alert on the Nasdaq. And looking at gold here, this is the 4 hour, okay? I think what happened is, I think the following thing is happening right now. So, entry model 3, we did take out the previous candle. So we did take out the highs and we liquidated a lot of, traders there, of course, shorting. If we start flipping now, and you start coming on the lower time frame below the previous daily value area low, I think from here to here, from the previous daily value area low towards the Sunday open, you have very clean action. Very clean price action here. So if price comes down and it starts breaking below here and it starts flipping and pushing, I think that this is a pretty decent reason for price to continue down. If they still push up, then we just have to keep a very close eye on the previous weekly value area high, which is at 23.21 again, 23.22, and see if we can find an entry model, I think on the 30-minute. Something like that here. I really like the Nasdaq though, based on what we're currently are seeing, because it happens all the time. Keep in mind that this is the Monday. Then what tends to happen a lot is that Tuesday is the driving phase. So the Monday comes up, Tuesday comes up, and then either today or tomorrow we're starting to push down later on the session, later on throughout the session. And that just comes from looking at previous weeks as well, where you set in the high. In this case it was the Wednesday, but we have never officially retested the open price or the opening price of the week yet. So if you start breaking, then I think targeting the opening price of the week is a really nice target also. So yeah, man, I do like the Nasdaq if we're breaking below here. I do think this is a great setup. And for gold, either looking for entries around the 23.21.7. And for the very, very low as well here. So yeah, you saw how quick we needed to act here, huh? Based upon the 4 hour. No jokes. Many guys in chat also have the previous weekly very high on 23.19. Also on the 30-minute. Wanda. Let me know. It would be very strange if it's different somehow, unless the settings are different. But I doubt it here. 70, right? Oh, it's 72. You're right, G. You are right. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. Indeed. Indeed. It was my tool. I changed something indeed today. I was back testing something. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder. Sharp. Very good. Okay. Regardless though, the situation is exactly the same. So it's still interesting here. But thank you. Nero says Geo is cooking. Yeah. Yes. Tunnel entry. So previous weekly POC. 1, 2, third candle break, and it broke out of the Sunday open. And that's the sweet spot right there. So your entry is at the break. Your stop is roughly at the wick. And you target the highs here. Pretty straightforward. Okay. So yeah. That's why. Timing. Sessions. Trying to trade outside of these sessions sometimes. And I see guys sometimes entering gold 3 a.m. in the morning. I see it in the chat. And I'm like, man, 3 a.m. in the morning, you're entering gold here. You got some balls. You got some stew balls. Right there. Yeah. Why not trading gold? I was literally at the verge of executing. Price shoot up right when it did. A lot of guys got triggered here and did enter it with us, so that's great. The analysis was on point. The entry model was on point. Right now, we're just looking for our second entry possibility here. The good thing is we're gonna stream 4 days a week. And yeah, man, it's just much better. Are you a scalper? I would not say scalper. I would just say day trader. Yeah, I would say day trader. Yeah. Can you please tell me how to use ranges? Like it depends on time frame that we trade, or what is the cause? For example, when to use the previous daily POC or previous weekly POC. It depends on time. So it's volume and time, and it's price and volume. Price and volume equals interest, and volume and time equals opportunity. It's the combination of both that determines our potential entries here. On the streams, if you're new, I think you're new, my friend, but you're gonna see this a lot more, and I'll explain exactly every single stream how it works. And unfortunately, I cannot let you download the ebook right now. Otherwise, you would have everything here in the ebook, but it will be up tomorrow. You know, we'll make sure it's fixed by tomorrow for sure. All right, because yeah, everyone usually looks at the ebook first, then joins the live streams, and then trades with, then trade with us live on stream, utilizing the information that's provided here, and then of course with a little bit of guidance. And yeah, you should be good. You should be good. Music very low is doing its thing though, huh? Ian says the ebook had dramatically reduced my drawdown. Amazing, amazing. So my mother is coming, by the way. My mother is flying over from the Netherlands to Bali. My father came last week. My mother is here right now, or she will arrive at any moment. My mother is always watching the streams. Very supportive. And she's a trader. My mother is a trader. And she trades completely different. I'm like, Mom, why are you not trading LTA concepts? And she's like, you know what? You're right. You are right. I'm gonna go into it now. I'm gonna start my journey with LTA. She trades moving averages, and she trades moving averages with the Heiken-Ashi candles. Heiken-Ashi candles, yeah. Yeah. 65% win rate. 2-to-1 risk to reward. Not joking. It's crazy. So this proves that every strategy can be profitable. All right. It's you know, you just need your own style. The reason why I decided to create LTA concepts is because I believe in the anticipation game, and I believe in utilizing data that is actually legit and that is accessible for us as well, rather than trying to predict, you know, and put all my faith into understanding an algorithm. However, also that has a lot of advantages as well. So that also can be very useful and good. I think the hybrid is where the magic is at. But LTA is mainly based around volume, about understanding of where the most interest was, and about time volume in regards to the sessions, the candle formations, the structure, and of course the entry models that are tested, that are legit, that are confirmed. So by the way, this is overall a very good sign for a new entry here. This case short though. Swiping the highs, rejection of two key levels here. Pushing price down. Depending on how we close this candle here and the next candle is shaped, yeah, there is a potential chance of a reversal play here. Yeah, for the Nasdaq, it needs more time. Even for entry model 1, it needs more time. Yeah, so yeah, the way we're pushing here is on the 4 hour, especially if you look at it, and on the daily as well. The daily looks decent, but if we start breaking, it doesn't look good at all. So the daily is not really where we're gonna get our information from. The 4 hour is much more relevant, especially if this 4 hour decides to manipulate, take out the previous candle, and then flips bearish here, which then should be one of our entry models before that. How do you get the risk management on Metatrader? That's a trade manager called, I think it's called Trade Manager by InvoSoft or InvestSoft, sorry. It has so many more features. Yeah, I'll talk about it another time. Better than Magic Keys? Better, much better. No offense to Raja Banks here. I used Magic Keys for a long period of time. But, sorry man, this one is beating it. Which is the best time frame for LTA? Well, the foundation lays on the 30-minute and 50-minute time frame. However, for your entry models, you want to be aware of all time frames. You want to be aware of the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour, and so on and so on. For execution purposes. But when it comes down to your overview, I really like the 30-minute because it gives me personally a very clear understanding of what has happened each day. It shows me all the structure I need in order to see what's happening. So the analysis usually starts at around the 30-minute. However, entries can differ. It can be on the 15 sometimes, even on the 5, but it mainly will be on the 30 and 15. Yeah. Thank you for the subs, fam. Looking steady, looking really clean, looking really nice. If you're new, then press that subscribe button right now. If you want to stream and trade with us live here, I wish I could give you the ebook today. It's free, by the way. But the website is offline. Will be done tomorrow. So if you come to tomorrow's stream, you will have the ebook. If you're new, we call this the LTA Concepts Trading War Map. You want this. You want to have this. Yeah. Ask around here in the chat. And you will see how beneficial it can be when utilizing this with the live streams and so on and so on here. The printable version is coming this week, I've heard. Yeah. Dollar index is bouncing from the Sunday open. Can you check it? Yeah, that's a very good point, my friend. We are bouncing from the Sunday open here. You're right. Yeah, nothing to see. Okay, we are indeed bouncing from it. Just see and watch how we close here in the next hour, 2 hours from now, before the next wave comes into play here. This might be good for us with the Nasdaq, by the way. Okay, if you're looking for shorts here, then yeah, this might be really, really nice. Give me 1 second, fam. Give me 1 second. I think my mother has arrived, so give me 1 minute. I'll be back on my streams in a sec. Waiting for the hourly closure as well. All right, thank you for the patience, fam. False alarm, false alarm. Should be here any moment though. All right. So yeah, gold is getting pushed down here aggressively from the previous weekly very high. Yes, you see these massive wicks here. That's just a liquidation wick. Okay. Stop losses were taken out above here. This is what we wanted to target initially when we talked about our entry model here, our long entry, beginning of the stream. Now we're in the second stage. Now we're looking at potential reversals. All right, a continuation sell-off back towards the Sunday open eventually. I will be surprised if we're not going to see price here coming down towards the Sunday open here later on, but we have to watch it level by level. Okay. Hourly closure there as well. So next candle, next the next 30-minute candle, we want to see that wick, and then we might be shorting it, fam. Might be looking and setting in a short stop loss above the previous week, and then targeting the previous daily very low, and then potentially then the next one is the Sunday open, something like that. At the same time, the dollar now is indeed holding above the Sunday open, so that's important. We closed that. And also the 10-year yield is now almost in that daily zone. So it's a combination of both here that matters, okay? Hey Lorenz, I'm struggling to stay motivated. I want to make trading work so I can provide for my family, but I fall back to my bad habits. Number one, yeah, stop jerking off, right? That's like, number two, stop, no, no. You need to work on your why, my friend. You say that you're doing this for your family, but do you really want it? Because if that's your true why, then what's stopping you for putting in the work? Okay? What is actually stopping you for putting in the work right now? That's then the question I have. Like, if it's truly about your family, then what's stopping you to stay motivated here? Motivation is, you know, it's that day in, day out, that grind, that consistency that matters here, okay? If you're subscribed to the mailing list as well, and you have the ebook, and you get a nice email from me, I'm trying to, you know, call you out on your bullshit sometimes from like a good-hearted standpoint. Yeah. Still holding up, still strong, still not convincing yet here. Definitely not convincing yet, so give it a little bit more breathing room for gold. Nasdaq is, Nasdaq is potentially getting towards our entry model here. That's really, it's pretty clear. That's a pretty clear entry model right there. So yeah, I think we're gonna get another trade here. I know you're in TradingView, but what side is your live account on? Metatrader 5? Utilizing Vantage. Vantage. Old broker, 10 or 11 years old. Very good lady. By the way, I had something else. What was it again? Oh yeah, IG, Instagram, okay? I'm back on Instagram. Man, you know, crazy stuff actually. I was like completely absent from Instagram here. We're back on the Instagram grind, okay? We're gonna also start streaming on Twitter, on X. But we're back on the Instagram grind right now. We're posting videos again. It's nice, clean. Something, and a certain pattern played out, whatever, but you don't understand exactly why or what is happening. I've practically tried everything my whole life. I traded a bunch of different strategies, and I never felt that I was in control of something. I felt this for a long time, and even though I was making money, I felt always like I'm not 100% getting it. I spoke to some guys working in the institutional sector, and all these guys were using volume profiles. I was like, how is that possible? What is that volume? What is so special about volume? And they told me, like, this is the only concrete data that you can have. The only thing that you want to know is the amount of contracts executed at a level. And then he showed me the fixed base volume profile. And when that happened, a whole new world went open for me. Did you? Boom. So what we can do here is that you follow me on Instagram, you place a comment, and most likely a comment that makes sense about what you have learned so far from utilizing volume analysis in your day-to-day trading here. I'm gonna pick one comment. Did you ever feel that price? And the best comment will be covered tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow, okay? I'm gonna pick one comment tomorrow on stream. And then we'll see. Follow your boy, follow your boy. Are you shorting the Nasdaq? Well, if price starts to break below the entry model, below this zone here, we now have a rejection from the early previous weekly POC. We have been consolidating throughout London and Asia. New York created that expansion. I'm not convinced yet that this is going to be a continuation. I'm much more convinced into a break. If it breaks, I'm much more convinced that we're going to go calm down towards the opening price of the week. And most importantly, this early previous weekly POC range came from this week, this trading week right there. Okay. Matter of fact, we actually tapped into the previous Sunday open. And this is where we're getting rejected from right now. So a lot of key levels in this box, in this tunnel. And you're going to find a lot of resistance here. It's going to be very hard for the Nasdaq to break above this zone. So if it breaks below here, then we have the confirmation we need to look for further continuation to the downside. So that's where entry model 3 comes into play. And again, it's the same old story, page 53, however inverted, right? Same thing. Extra confluences. Number one, dollar. In support now, okay. At the opening price of the week, and the 10-year yield also in potential support now as well here. So these are all not, you know, bad signs for the stock market, the Nasdaq. The moment you start shifting and bouncing from it. I see some comments popping in. Okay, if you have utilized the volume profile so far and it's working for you, then I want you to place a comment here. Otherwise, you're gonna miss out tomorrow on something. So it's worth it. It's worth putting in the energy to do that. You never know. Lorenzo, when was your last loss? At the end of March. On stream, at least. On stream, all right? Gotta keep it transparent here. I've had taken also trades outside, and I've lost one or a couple of trades as well, or outside of the live streams. It's pretty normal. Yeah, the good thing is though this week, not much news. Okay, I think that we have one event on a Thursday. That's it. Initial jobless claims. That's it. That's what really matters here. So it's pretty clean this week, fam. Did you know that my dream when I was younger, my dream was to become a weather forecaster? What are you laughing? Huh? What's so funny about that? Stop laughing, bro. I wanted to become the #1 weather forecaster of the world. Especially in the winter time, because of the snow. So what I did was I had like in my room a full breakdown of the weather every single week for a long period of time. On paper. Ask me anything about the weather. Anything about the weather, I'll give you an answer. That was before my entrepreneurial spirit came alive. All right. So instead of forecasting weather, I decided to forecast gold. Now you're making it rain for everyone. Hey, listen up. That's actually a great analogy. I'm gonna use this one. I'm making it rain in a different way. Trading is so much fun, fam. If you have a system and it's just clear, and you have been executing, a lot, and you're not that emotional anymore, crying when you lose a trade and stuff, then it becomes really enjoyable. Really enjoyable. You just have to accept that it's a process that just requires some time and effort. And it requires you to get rid of that short-term thinking of making money. Of course, the streams and the signals we do now and the winning trade and so on is great, fantastic, right? But the goal is to utilize this as some sort of inspiration for you to go to the next level. And that's what we're doing. So that's why we're building what we're building here. But for you specifically, it's also about enjoying the process and having some fun. When I started out and I was like, going on YouTube and I was looking at some streamers and stuff. And it was way before, streaming. So like now you have some cool guys, right? Like Danfo, like myself, Time to Eat. Now you have some cool guys here. But way back, you had these, Institutional traders. Nah, bro, have you ever listened to an institutional trader for 4 hours? Like, that's not enjoyable. That's not enjoyable to watch. They're great, they're extremely knowledgeable, and they're extremely good at what they do. So, you know, your skill set is what matters. But, you know, I've seen some guys, I'm like, Yeah, double wick, yeah. So the only thing that matters here, you can see how strong that 2320 level is. Or the weekly previous weekly very high. It's very hard to break down, but there's also no follow through, right? If you look around the lower time frame, we have been ranging for now. Yeah, I mean, look at this. I don't have to explain you. So you want to see an internal manipulation and a distribution if you want to come down here, and not just coming down from here. You want to now see somewhat of an event where you liquidate one more time everything that has been building up here and then reversing, to just increase your probability of entering when you look at short setups here. So in this case, when the 1 hour looks fantastic, you want to pay attention to the lower time frame, and you want to pay attention to the way, you know, price is forming a structure here, because when it does this and it comes down, then I'm much more confident about looking for that short entry. I'm much more confident around this level here. So far, the previous weekly very high is doing its thing, but again, is climate change really the result of the weakening of Earth's magnetic force field? It's a great question. Very good question. As a, you know, so-called weather forecaster, I'm telling you, and I'll give you the real answer. And it might be a little bit deeper than you think. And the answer is Saturn, the planet Saturn. Well, do some research. So what happens if you push up? I don't see a long trade from here. I don't think it's worth the risk to reward at all. I just look for the next level to look for a bounce here. Yeah. How do you choose the 1 hour for the entry model 1 and not the 30-minute in this case? Mula trades my G. Well, number one, okay. When talking about the 30-minute here, that means that you want to see this wick getting broken. That never happened. So we have not seen a break of that wick yet. That's one layer. And secondary, it also has to do with the internal consolidation now on the lower time frame. So you want to see price pushing up if you want to reverse down. I don't want to see prices dropping. I want to see price pushing up to then reverse down. It gives me much more, a much better probability for me to enter here. Much better, much better. Yeah. How did you get risk management on Metatrader? I can't find it. That is the following, man. It's called Trade Manager by InvestSoft. You can rent it or you can buy it, I believe. It's not free. Do you prefer trading with a 0.01 lot while starting or using a demo account? If you have the possibilities, I would say a 0.01 lot. I mean, it depends on where you're from. It depends on you know, the amount of money that you can work with, whatever the case may be. I think that is what matters more. So if you are, if 0.01 is already your minimum now, then I would go for a demo first. If you have the capability to do it, I would do it. I would get at least one foot in the door, you know, if you can. Because it's real money, you know, you start thinking differently. It's just the way it is. Unless you are a true professional, sticking to the right entries and stuff, following the exact playbook, and you know from yourself that you can do that, then I'm all in with going for demo, going for a simulation here. Nothing wrong with simulation here. So the 30-minute has not closed yet though. So don't get too excited about longs, especially here. I'm not a big fan of longs now because our next level is at 23.25. There is a reason why you're getting, you know, rejected here significantly before already. I'm actually quite surprised how strong price is holding for now. My Nasdaq trade would look something like this here, depending on what we are going to see. You know, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, I see you putting template labels for the lines, but how can we get them? I'll make a screenshot, or you can make a screenshot. There we go. And then make a screenshot. Done? Okay, next one. I know there's a lot of them. You get used to it. You will get used to it later on, when you fully get it. It's not as crazy as you might think it is. What's your TP, the opening price of the week? Yeah, I just see something, you know, I just see us potentially breaking here. Not because of the trend line break, but because of the fact that we came into our previous Sunday open. We got rejected from it so far. The early previous week as well is a super clear level. It's the area where the most volume was traded in week, the first week of April. Sorry, the second week of April. That's 5 weeks ago. And then internally you see that consolidation here, that manipulation into that level, and then that breakdown would confirm for me a continuation to the downside. And that has to do not with the trend line that's breaking here, which is also happening, but it has to do with all of these other layers, in combination with the fact that the yield now, the 10-year yield is in an important level of support, and the dollar is also at the Sunday open right now. So if you go and take the Sunday open for the dollar, that's sitting right there, and we're literally bouncing from it. So everything that you see now, when this hourly candle closes above here one more time, you could say, or you could say that you have an entry model on number one on the dollar index. Now you cannot trade the dollar index. I mean, you can on some brokers, but this gives me the indication that, you know, a couple of these will potentially flip here. And gold will also have a very hard time with following through here. And that's why I believe that there is a chance that we still manage to flip this 4-hour candle eventually and start coming down. Especially after we have, aggressively taken out the highs here with this wick. Kevin says, guys, the ebook will be back online tomorrow. Be on tomorrow's stream. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Totally, man. Let's make it happen. Nice, really good. Oh shit. Shout out to you, Dominic. Trading with a man with plan. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's it, my G. Oh, what did we see there at the end? Confluence of the trade. Entry model, 4-hour closed above the previous daily value area low. For extra confirmation, new 4-hour candle flip, bullish, impulsive entry. Thanks, bro. What does G stand for? And the G stands for gold. Lorenzo, can I explain a fixed volume concept? Oh man, I wish you could just download the ebook right now. Website is offline, unfortunately. But yeah, so the fixed volume profile measures the trades executed on each particular price level. So if you zoom in, you will see this. You see these weird numbers right here. 22.4K against 20K, all right? What this means, these are bids versus asks, all right? Executed buys and executed sells, aggressive buyers against passive sellers, or the other way around. The difference between that is what we call the delta. That's the net difference between the aggressive buyers and aggressive sellers in this case. So what it shows you, to keep it very simple, the volume profile shows you who is in control, number one, and where the most volume has been traded, number two. It's the combination of both. When you reach a key level that's built up around time, this is where LTA concepts is built around. It's built around time. It's the combination of that understanding with time, which a lot of guys don't use. A lot of guys that are utilizing the volume profile don't know how to use it properly. We solved that. All right? We solved that code. We cracked that code. And that's what we're doing here. So it's the combination of time and price, volume and price and time. And then there are all these other layers. Correlations, candle formations and closures, trading patterns, entry models, the timing of entry models, trade management, risk management. All these layers come together. Why not entry model 1 for the Nasdaq? Good question. Because this candle did not tap into the early previous weekly PVC here. So we have only we only have one candle now. We have one wick that tapped into that key level. I count this one as potentially a second one. But it's about that double wick confirmation like we talked about. So I'm much more into either waiting for price to move up again and flip bearish now, or break below and just look for continuation. I mean, the risk to reward is really solid. Yeah, but gold, I will be a little bit on the cautious side now because this is, yeah, I mean, I don't really have to explain it, I think. Just look at the structure. And let's take this to the 3 minute, okay? It's very, very, very tricky here. However, if you create a higher now, and you create somewhat of a wick that looks like this, okay? And it maybe even exceeds it and it comes down. And then an entry might be interesting. Somewhat from here or there, depending on how this wick is getting created. When you start breaking below the 2370.6, then a continuation to the, yeah, the 2313 might be a quick move. Might be a quick move to the downside here. Any longs I'm not interested in for now. Instagram, man. All these Forex influencers are on Instagram. And I'm just the only guy that's just doing YouTube. So I'm like, now we have to change it up here, all right? If we want to take over with LTA, we want to take over everywhere. We need to go to every platform. That's the only way we become global. We're gonna blow that shit up as well. Let's do that. Too bad that you cannot go live on Instagram, you know. You can go live on X right now, I heard. So that's interesting. That's very good. When will you open LTA again? In like 20 days. 3 or 4 weeks from now. We will open again. For like a day or two. Yeah, something like that, a month from now. End of the month. Very choppy market today. Yeah, so That trade here was just great though. To be honest, not gonna lie. It was the cleanest entry model. The timing, the liquidation here, the potential target here. Everything around that entry model was at the very area low. Everything around that entry model was just really actually really good. So I'm super happy that a lot of guys still took it here because it made a lot of sense. When price shoots up aggressively and it breaks above here, and I didn't have a buy stop planned, I'm not going to chase it. I will place a limit order for the retest. But for now, I think we're looking at a potential shift here. We're forming and we're waiting for a new, a new volume to come into the market. By the way, we have been ranging now for the past hour and a half, same level. Okay, so there is no need to FOMO here because nothing is happening. You want to wait for further continuation. Do you live in the United States? No. No, I live in Bali. Are you planning to live there for a while? I lived there already for 4 years. 4 years now. No, almost. Yeah, 4 years. Officially 4 years. Why not Dubai? I'll tell you why. Dubai is amazing. It's incredible. I couldn't live there the whole year round. So if I would have something there for 3 months, 4 months a year, fantastic. Abitoa says, can you speak Indonesia? Bahasa? Sedikit beli. Kamu? Mantap. Oh, what happened with the cam? Hey, there we go. It's too hot here. Yes, camera can't take it. Can't take the heat. Salam alaikum, Lorenzo Abakabar. Salam alaikum. Bike. Okay, now we're having a little bit of action here. Still rejection now. Still rejected by the previous week very high. Yeah, I would not. Personally, I'm not a big fan of buying here. That's for sure. Buying here was fantastic. Now we're like looking at a serious rejection. Dollar starting to move as well. Okay, so that's something that you have to pay very close attention to. Dollar starts to move here. Nasdaq, same thing. Nasdaq is gonna move. Yield is still not there. Yield is almost at that same zone. I think that's the main reason why gold is not really pushing down. I would not force a trade here for now. Okay. Pinola, just back. Did you manage to take a trade? Yeah, at the beginning. Thank you for the 72k subs, fam. Appreciate it. Oh, 70.1. Appreciate it. Let's go to the 80. Get that silver play button. I heard I had to pay for it to get it. It's silver play button. You need to order it. It's worth the grind. Worth the 2-year grind. A wooden play button. Yeah, no, so either, you know, moving up and then looking for downside to put the continuation here. I think we're way too consolidating to look for clear entries. The entry that took place was the entry that we saw at the beginning of the stream. But now looking for a second entry here is very tricky around this level. Because you're sitting below the 22.25 number one. You're trading back into that range also. And you know, these wicks tell a story. So that consolidation here proves to you that you can just shift at any time, at any given moment, back into that range. So what you need to see is you need to see somewhat of a consolidation, an expansion, and then the anticipation of the expansion is where the trades come from. So it's either going to be a consolidation, expansion, retracement, continuation, or a consolidation, manipulation. And that is then based on different, you know, confluences around that. 23.25 is a big one. Is a big one. Look at GU. Yeah, GU is chilling. It's yeah, it's still above it. It's actually a good point. Let me quickly solve this for the community here. 1 second. That's a very good point. Thank you for saying that. Okay. All right, good. Comments, let's check it out. Oh, damn, that's really solid. If you have traded LTA with me, go to my Instagram right now. Place a comment under this last video. What has helped you about volume? What has helped you out in this manner? Or what in essence LTA did for you so far? And let's have a conversation tomorrow on stream. I'm gonna pick a comment and we're gonna do something with that. So go now, click on the link now. Get in, place a comment, LTA related. And we talk tomorrow on stream when we're trading. Bro, when and how much do you withdraw from capital expenses? I spent, I cannot say that. But it's, it's a lot for Bali, let's put it this way. How to use ranges, like when I am trading gold in New York session, when to use previous daily POC or previous weekly POC, how to know about it. Kindly answer someone. There are so many POCs like the previous EPD. I get it. Yeah, so this will come over time, my friend. If you have the ebook already, then we're gonna release also some content on YouTube. Right now we're working on the LTA concepts here in our Discord, okay? Videos are just getting released. It's gonna be a tremendous amount of content. Step by step, but based upon the streams, I would focus on it a lot. I would always prefer, and this is something that I can say, previous weekly ranges over early previous weekly ranges, previous daily ranges over early previous daily ranges, if the previous day matters. So if you have been consolidating, then the previous day and the previous weeks are the levels that matter. When you're expanding out of a range and the previous day is is useless and the previous week is useless because you're trading outside of the previous weekly range, then you go to early previous weekly ranges and so on and so on. Does it make sense? When you're trending as well within the week and you're deviating from the previous day, then it makes sense to go back towards the early previous days. But if it's both, then always prefer and choose the previous day and week over anything else. Quick question, do you guys see an entry here? Would you enter here? Just a quick question. Good. Let price develop a little bit. That entry was there when we started the stream here. 4-hour closure was that impulse that we have seen. Okay, Nasdaq, interesting. Yeah, we might have something here for the NAS as well while we're waiting for gold to do its thing here. I'm gonna give it still a little bit more time. The reason why is because after this hourly closure, you're gonna have that second wick below potentially the previous weekly value area high. That's the main reason why we're still looking at gold, because there is from there still potential. But yeah, the cleaner price action is definitely on the Nasdaq right now. That's definitely the case. We need the serious break outside of this internal range before we can start looking at some really nice entries again. Internally, By the way, we're literally in the middle of that swing as well. It's much more beneficial to start looking outside of this internal range. What do you look like before entering a trade? What do I look like? Pretty happy, pretty relaxed. Oh, I know what your real question is. No, yeah, there's so many layers, my friend. So many layers that we talk about on a consistent basis on the streams. My suggestion is to follow the streams on a consistent manner, and you will start seeing these patterns. Key levels, candle formations and candle closures, impulses throughout sessions, targeting certain levels, liquidity or whatever the case may be, and entry models. Modern World says in member. What should we do with GU? Modern World says answer me, motherfucker. Okay, send me your email. Send me your email in the Discord. Open a customer support ticket, and I will refund you the money right now. Will you wait with us for this trade? I will wait potentially for another trade here, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Nasdaq still showing potential, even though we're pushing up. And gold needs to just move. Gold needs to move. Gold needs to do something. Is it worth to buy Bitcoin now? So quickly, right? We talked about Bitcoin before, and we said if it closes on the weekly time frame, or sorry, the monthly time frame, the monthly candle, if it closes below the 61415, then you might have to be cautious. You might have to be careful. Now the weekly looking phenomenal, looking really solid here. Matter of fact, utilize entry model number 1 on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. If you want to buy Bitcoin, utilize entry model number 1 on the weekly time frame when you get that double wick confirmation. So that means in 2 weeks from now, this week and next week. So this week closing below, sorry, above, next candle, so next week your entry. And you might think, yeah, that's crazy, why waiting so long? Well, it's Bitcoin at $64,000 right now. Crucial level, so you need to be very patient with Bitcoin here. Alex says, was in Bali a few months back. La Plancha was amazing. Nice. It's a nice bar, yeah. What's the plan for gold for now? Patience. Patience. We have been looking at the same level for the past, 2 hours now. So yeah, entering here for me is a gamble. Without a clear entry model or confirmation. So a deviation and a reaction and anticipation on that move. At the same time, I'm waiting for the NAS to flip or something like that. Yeah. How much is the LTM membership when it opens? Not sure yet. But it's not going to be that expensive. Yeah, every time when you break out here, you think, oh, okay, we're breaking out here. There we go. And then it pulls back into the range. This time, though, we're heading into that hourly closure now. So the hourly is now closing bearish again. Yeah, that's definitely a bearish sign here. Second candle closing into this zone. Bearish. Yeah, that could just actually just be a 4-hour flip entry then, if you look at it this way. Or you start looking for entries below the very area low, all the way up until the Sunday open. This is, of course, the cleanest price action right here. If you can get below here, then there is just a lot more potential to get from here to there, which is 110 pips. And look for that continuation here. You know, you have that gap. You have the opening price of the week. You have the previous weekly point of control. You have a lot of key levels. 2 strong key levels around that zone. And it's going to be a retest of the opening price of the week, which is common. We haven't seen any retest yet. So anything in regards to potential downside is a scenario. Now, when it comes down to execution and trade execution, the main thing that we're talking about here is either a break below the very low for continuation. Wow, look at that. That's like literally last couple minutes before the hourly closure. So that's actually really nice. Yeah, then this is that breaking point. The previous daily very area low. And the hourly has just closed. So that means break, retest, continuation down. Or one more pullback, continuation down. Looking at internal levels here. So let me quickly look at a fixed range, because we have been building up now. Previous daily very low again. Wow, that was a strong expression. Especially before the hourly closure here. 2 minutes, 3 minutes before. We finally have some action here. So this is good. We're kind of waiting for it. It's much better than consolidation at a key level on the lower time frame. Gaming logic is technicals always follow fundamentals if you use the right time frame. Yeah, it's the timing. The timing of it is what matters then. Fundamentals are great, but the timing. It's hard to time things correctly. So yeah. That's what we're doing here, right? What we're doing is just anticipating on what we see and not on what we think is gonna happen. So if A happens, we do A. If B happens, we do B. And we just react to it. And we just build out our data, our information. And then we can look back at the end of each quarter and we can say, okay, most of the losses came from this reason or that reason, or the most wins came from this reason and that reason. And this is then what we're trying to solve, right? Trying to solve that puzzle. And look at that pullback as well. Super nice, super aggressive. So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the lower time frame. Potentially look at a second entry for today's stream. Yeah, it is interesting the way we tap into the value area low again. These levels do not lie. It's actually really crazy. It's very choppy. If you go to the 4 hour here and the way you're building these two candles right now, it reminds me a little bit of the NFP. Not the NFP, but the day before the NFP when we traded. When we were like, hey, listen, this is not gonna happen. We were looking at shorts. And I literally said, no, man, this is not gonna be it. And the moment I closed down the stream, price shoot up. And I was like, man, that's it. So you need to know when you need to know when you look for a trade. You need to know when not to trade. Let me know if you guys can remember that from was it Thursday? I think it was a Thursday. So what I'm doing now is I'm just observing this internal range now. And especially looking at these internal levels like the fixed value area low on the lower time frame here. That's why you have these lower time frame fixed value area low, POC, and so on and so on here. The 1 hour again got rejected twice. We don't have a bottom wick here. So the bottom wick is giving me the indication that if we tap into that internal range, that bottom wick can get created. And it shows me that there is it's kind of a forced move back up. The only trade opportunity that I think could be liable is a retracement into the point of control in the lower time frame of that range now. You're gonna respond from that level. The confirmations on the value area high on the hourly already were there. So that means that you shoot up, you come up into that range, you create somewhat of a break, and you start coming down here. That's entry model number 2. We have actually never traded the entry model number 2 on stream yet. Funny enough, I don't know why. We should have already had that scenario, but we haven't. We haven't yet. So it's actually kind of interesting. What we're doing here is then looking for a key level. Well, that's the previous weekly value or high. You expand. You utilize either a swing or a fixed range entry on the lower time frame, and you wait for that lower time frame confirmation. So you no longer have to wait for the 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, you name it. You can do it on the 3 minute, 5 minute, and to see if you see that same exact candle formation getting developed. NAS is not breaking below, so no entry here. It's actually holding up very strong. So in this case, I think we tapped into the point of control as well. Same thing as what we're looking for gold now. Look at that, man. However, I would have not taken it unless it was a quick scalp. I think the potential of downside was much bigger. So the trade setup was much more efficient. But look at this. Look at this. Fixed range from the squeeze to the break. This is better than ICT. I'm telling you, with determine these specific entries, it's just another level when it comes down to utilizing the profiles here. And the entry models are different, of course. We call it the magic touch. And why does it work? Most orders were executed at that level. So when price pulled back, most interest was at that exact level. And that's why it was supported. Like I said, we use this analogy. Okay, I want to explain it one more time because it's going to change your trading for the better. Let me see if I can find it. Give me one moment. This is the point of control right there. Right in the middle. You have the buyers. You have the sellers. The point of control is the border. It's where the most interest is. It's where the clash took place. It's the center of the universe. It's the center of the battleground. Most interest means more opportunity. If you go to a club and you stand in front of a restaurant, you stand in front of two clubs and you want to go out with your friends, and there is one club on the right and one club on the left, and the one on the right is empty and the one on the left is full of people, where are you gonna go? I assume you're gonna go to the busy club, right? So you should think about, why is there so much interest there? What is the reason why people and institutions or big firms or whatever want to trade and execute from that specific level? There must be something happening there. Okay. Now what we do is we understand these levels. We understand how we can find these levels. And we just let the rest do its job and wait for things to play out. And that's what I'm talking about in regards to anticipation and not prediction. Because you don't need to predict. You have set your levels here that make sense, that are relevant. These are not subjective horizontal support and resistance levels we're talking about. We're talking about factual orders executed at certain levels. And therefore, more interest from buyers and sellers. And automatically for us, it becomes a relevant level to look into. So we wait for a reaction and we anticipate. Gold is moving up. Nasdaq is moving up. GU indeed. Moving up. Moving up. Dollar is losing its momentum. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For now, gold is stepping into the lower time frame fixed value area low. Are we going to get a double confirmation here? A double wick confirmation. Keep in mind that our entry was at the beginning of the stream. Our main entry was at the beginning of the stream. So for everyone who joined now, understand that whenever you join next time, join when we are coming towards the 4-hour closure. Preferably earlier so I can explain you, because that's where the best opportunities come from. Every single time. We have seen it so many times before. So this is all extra. This is all bonus right now for today's session. All right, let's see. Yeah, so GU is indeed setting up for that next setup here, guys. I do still think that the bias is long here. We're holding a retest in the Sunday Open. We're holding up really clean. This is already a setup I shared in our Discord beforehand. And it's now just a retest. So if you're interested, it's still potentially a nice scenario here. In regards to gold, I really want to look below the very, very low for that continuation. This is all great. We didn't get that double wick confirmation here, but you can see how we came up, got rejected from the LTF fixed very low. So anything which is I think is going to be our eventual target is going to be the Sunday open. But I'm going to look only below the previous daily very low here. I think our main entry we took at the beginning of the stream was the entry. Was the perfect trade setup with the highest probability. So if you want to stick to that win rate, then I think that we should not be forcing anything for now here. Okay. Oh yeah, I said ICT once and the chat's going nuts. Unbelievable, crazy, man. People have such a ICT boom, defense mechanism. What is that? What is that? Fucking religion, dude. Holy shit. I need to do the same thing with LTA. We need to build the same thing. Nah, I'm joking, I'm joking. What's your take on gold? So, like I said before, this trade opportunity was really, really clean earlier in the stream. Now I think we're starting to look weaker. We're heading now into that 4-hour closure. We finished the midway. So the first 2 hours of the 4-hour have executed. Right now, I think the move is down. I really think that we are looking at further continuation down when the right setups appear, but only from below the previous daily value low. That's the only way I would look for continuation trades to the downside too. Okay. Yeah, that's with gold tier. GU, we talked about this already. Nasdaq, we talked about this also in case we push down still. Looking very good. Last key level is the 18,164. Everything above is an invalidation point right there. Okay. So overall, a couple of winning trades today. Really clean. Still, in case of this rated with gold, for the people that took that trade as well, nice. It's important for you if you are new that you come back tomorrow to the stream around the open, right? Around the pre-open of New York. So we can go over the charts together and then execute on the 4-hour closure here. Okay. Yeah, LTA, missing out on a lot of trades. The thing is, you have so many different pairs, so many different charts you can trade from. You need to find them, right? The main thing is that you need to find them specifically. When it comes down to gold, there are multiple ways you can trade LTA, by the way. You can trade LTA by going for a lower win rate with a higher risk to reward ratio. This is still in testing purposes, so I'm testing and backtesting this tremendously. Where, like I said before, new entry models will be introduced based up around limit orders specifically. We're still in the testing. This will be like next trimester, something like that. Okay. This will take some time, but from that moment you have two options, two variables. All right. You're going to have the lower win rate and the higher win rate strategy. You decide what you prefer here. Okay. Lower win rate, higher risk to reward. Higher win rate, lower risk to reward. And you will start seeing opportunities. For now, it's your job to practice, putting it into work, and really testing out a lot of different levels as well. That finding them is also very hard at the beginning. But the moment you get it, it starts really going quickly here. Let me know here in the chat if you guys have been testing it out so far and how it's been going for you personally. Pretty curious here. Indicators are free. Yes, you have free indicators as well. The limitless LTA concepts, higher time frame candles, and the session breaks. Both of them are super useful. I have been finding it very, very helpful as well using them. It helps you tremendously. They're free completely. We'll never charge a dime for it. Okay. You can get them by going in our Discord and click on this link and utilizing it by adding it to your favorite indicators. All right. It's a private indicator. That's why it's not public. The only way to get it is by clicking on that add to favorite button, and then it's for you. Okay. So that is it. Simon says no trade again. I think you missed out on the beginning of the stream here, where I can you show your indicators list? My indicators list, yeah. So volume, Sunday open, limitless LTA, limitless LTA, limitless LTA. I cannot I cannot show you this one yet. I ruined it. Okay, my bad. Still in progress. Shit. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You didn't take the trade? No, I didn't take the trade. I was too slow explaining the stop loss on stream. So yeah, that's my bad here. But yeah, if you had the ebook and you studied, okay, and you understand exactly what we're doing, and you're not just coming here to the streams to just wait for me to say I buy, then guaranteed you would have taken this position here. That's why we have a 74-page ebook to help you study here, so you can also think a little bit for yourself and make some money, because everything was handed on to you for like literally on a silver platter right there. Okay, but don't worry, because we have done around 30 streams. We had around 38 trades, so that's more than enough, and it's only from 3 streams a week. Now we're heading to 4 streams a week. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave it for now. All right, 3 hours. Again, the execution was at the beginning. Now we head into a major consolidation. I think we're gonna sit here for a while still. Okay. GU, keep a close eye on GU. And yeah, NAS is flying by, I think, for now, especially. Okay. Crocodile says, I took it and I won because I've studied the strategy in depth and I saw it without being told. Nice. Nice. Yeah, keep it up. Keep it up. Last but not least, we're growing our Instagram again. We're back on track. We uploaded a new video. Make sure you smash up a comment here If you have actually tested this strategy for yourself. Otherwise, don't. But if you have tested it for yourself, you're working with LTA and stuff, let me know, because tomorrow we're gonna pick a comment on stream, and we're gonna pick the best comment. All right, and then we're gonna do something nice and fun, and hopefully tomorrow will be another good day here. Okay. For now, my mother is coming here. I think she's either now here or she will arrive very soon, straight from the Netherlands. So I'm very excited. And then, yeah, tomorrow, man, we are gonna be back again. Okay. Let's keep up our win rate, and let's keep finding the right setups that make sense. And for now, don't force anything. Okay. Everyone who complains don't understand trading. And you cannot force anything. So yeah, that's just you being emotional and a little bit of a loser. For the other people that understand it, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Let me know if you're gonna come tomorrow here. Let me know in the chat. Type in yes. And I think we're gonna have we might have that giveaway as well. All right. Beautiful, guys. The amount of comments, the positive messages, the response around LTA and learning here, absolutely insane. Keep it up. And keep focused, man. Stay focused. And I hope we can change up your trading career here. All right? Free live streams, ebook, everything. All right? Keep it up. Keep learning. And, you know, we all do it for one thing only and one thing only. That's our families, the people around us. And we want to make a bunch of money so we can get out of this shithole. And the only way to do that is together. But you need to step up. And you need to understand the basic fundamentals of trading in order to get there. All right? Study it. And become consistent with us, and we're gonna get there. So thank you very much, fam. Appreciate it. Tomorrow another big day, and now 4 days a week streaming. So one stream a week more has to do the job. Has to do the job here. Last loss was in March, so let's step up our game and follow the spreadsheet and keep me updated. Okay? Thank you very much, fam. Bye, G's. Ciao, ciao. See you tomorrow.
What?